All right, good morning, everybody. I am going to do a color and chat. I got inspired by somebody. I forget who it was, but apparently a pictured purpose. Oh, I know, it was Elm's Coloring. A pictured purpose is doing this 30 and 30 thing. So I thought, oh, I also got inspired by Coloring View, who was doing a Vlogmas last month. So I decided I'm gonna try and make a video every day that I can in between my other commitments. Thank you, Jude, for saying I have the perfect angle. And I did finally install my Ring camera stand. It is 8:22 in the morning, so I'm not sure what the lighting looks like, but I decided just, you know, if this is gonna be a video vlog, that I'm going to just film part of my creative process. I'm speaking quietly because it is early in the morning and my daughter's in her room, and I generally don't like being loud. So as I've shared before, I have to be really organized about my coloring because of my time commitments and my other responsibilities and, you know, my creative space. It is in my living room. It is not in my room. So and I also have a cat, so I want to make sure that, you know, when I leave things that I can come back to them. So sorry if I seem to be speaking fast. I'm really self-conscious. I've had this YouTube channel for what, 10 years, I think, and I'm finally starting to make videos. I had a short on my channel, a couple of shorts for a long time, and then I tried filming with my phone stand, and I finally got this one. So I have a Canva account, so that will be easy to do when I finally get to that stage. I still probably am gonna wait till summer break. Okay. Everything, you know, I apologize if it's crooked. I'm not going to be a perfectionist because I only have, yeah, people don't like being in the camera. Okay, I'm not going to be a perfectionist. See, I have this thing that I rest my wrists on, but not right now. I'm going to try and do it for half an hour. We'll see how long my phone lets me do it. So I'm still doing the berry pie filling. I'm being a perfectionist. You know, I think the next time okay, did I put away my mulberry red already? Oh my gosh. There's so much going on my desk right now. Did I put away my mulberry red? That would be funny. That would be typical of me. I did. So it is, I guess this is a color and chat. It is the last week of school. Can we see what I'm doing here? Yeah. I think I might start doing some coloring tags, even though I'm not editing yet, but I could do the, you know, unpopular opinions thing. I liked what Auntie Chris did, where she wrote down her answers. Maybe I could have them written and put them here while I read them in color. That seems like that might be a good idea. I almost feel like I want to do that now. I don't like it when I don't have a plan. Some may call that perfectionism. I call it being organized. So, yeah, I guess I could talk a bit about my life, about some life changes. Sure, why not? I mean, most of you only know me through YouTube. I've, you know, done some Happy Mail exchanges with some of you and done some buddy colors with some of you. I don't really talk much about my life online because I have this thing where I want to be anonymous, but it's also really difficult for me to talk about my life and my life experience. Looks like I'm gonna need 23. Let's see. Should we put this here? Yeah, I'm getting 23 red or brick red for Doing, can we see this? Yeah, doing the checkered tablecloth. Eventually I'm gonna do my nails. I have a lot of nail polish. I don't know if I consider, here's a big one, doing nail polish self-care, but I think filming is helping me get back to myself. Oh my goodness. I could talk about when I got this coloring book, but I don't want to stop what I'm doing now and look it up on Amazon. But I think it's interesting, like the date that I bought these pencils. Okay, I need to sharpen this. I will use my T-Gall. I have a AFMAT electric, but obviously I don't want to do that when I'm filming. It's interesting seeing how my brain jumps everywhere. I guess I'm exposing my the way my brain works to the general public. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, my life, my creativity, my YouTube channel. You know, I need to have a little card that, you know, like the way Coloring Bumblebee has like the thing on her screen that says the pencil she's using and the book she's in. I may start mentioning, like tagging the people I mentioned in the video, like mentioned in this video. I need to talk to ChatGPT about the most expeditious way to do that. So I may not do it for this one, but once I talk to him about that, I'll start doing that. I guess I feel self-conscious about tagging people, which is absolutely ridiculous because we're all friends, right? Like we're all supporting each other. Okay, so actually, you know, I actually have ChatGPT help me with coloring directions. I have him break it down for me because I need maroon. Like I said, my life is such that if I don't have a plan and I stop what I'm doing, I'm not gonna be able to get it back. I have this coloring log by Coloring Cafe, which I don't know where I put it. I'm not gonna look for it, but I want to show that to you next time. I'm kind of anxious. I don't know if it's because I am drinking this coffee. It's my second cup. I limit myself to 2 cups a day. I got this. Can we see this? I don't want to tilt it. I'll not show that right now. I'll show it next time. I got that mug when I used to be a barista. So far we're at 8 minutes and I'm not getting timed out. Okay, so I have, what's 30 minus 8 is 22. Let me set a timer for myself because I have something at 9. So, oh my god, 30 minus 8 is 22. So let's set a 20-minute timer. There we go. Okay, where was I? I was getting the maroon to do some shading. Yeah. I don't even know if I can stand my own brain. Isn't that funny? So, yeah, so let me just, you know, probably most of you know this, but let me just, is this what I'm looking? So, this is the 180 Brutfuner set. Let me see if I can show you the lid. When I forget the order it was in. I should have taken a picture of what it looked like before. But let me show you something. Do I have that? I took them out of the case. And now I don't know where that tin is, so I'm not going to get up and look. But as I said last time, let me just show you again. This I got from Teresa Ivanora, so you can see her. Teresa Ivanora's coloring community on Facebook. Yeah, so this really helps me because then when I need to pull out a pencil, you know, this is obviously a color family. Some of you are more advanced at that than me. You know, I'm finally learning how to color family order, believe it or not. coming to painting from coloring. Okay, so light source. Okay, first of all, this needs to be sharpened. One thing that annoys me is a dull pencil. Okay, so, okay, brain settle. I probably should get some water, but I'm not gonna get up because I have some coffee. So, light source. Let's look at this really quick. All right, so let's bring this over. I could even get up and look. Yeah, this is actually good. I can get up and look. By the way, I'm gonna change this. I've had it for a while. Can I reach the new one? No. Anyways, I bought some new one for this, which I'm gonna put. Everything's waiting for summer break. Okay, so light source. So we talk about, you know, the light source. So if this is the alley, then the light is coming here, right? So, you know, shading on the checks, but then there's this. See, this is why having an artist friend can be annoying. See, okay, so my camera's not straight, and I don't want to adjust it while I'm filming. So can I move this down? Yeah. Okay. So where was I? Okay, so shadow. So if the light's coming from there, what I showed you, and I'm doing shadow here, you know, obviously there's going to be some shadow from this tart, right? Yeah, and I popped it. So, yeah. There's a lot more to do on this. I think I'm gonna maybe fill this in as a darker berry pie. Can we see what I'm doing? Yeah, is there a shadow? There is, because of that window, so maybe we should fix that by turning the light. No, that's... There's a window there. I apologize for the shadow. I'm not gonna... I should have looked at that before I started filming, but, you know, this is only my... I don't know. Brain is tired. Perfectionism. Stop. Okay. So... Well, I talk to ChatGPT all the time, and I talk to my best friend all the time, so this shouldn't be any different. I'm just recording myself and putting it on YouTube for the whole world to see. Haha. Yeah, and I have my handy dandy. Where is it? You know, I should have Velcro. One thing I do have is this camera stand came with the remote. So when I'm done, I can just press the button and it will stop. So that's good. So, yeah, I wish I had printed out the, you know, there's some different, come on, brain. There's some different coloring tags I want to do, like coloring confessions. I saw red flags of coloring, you know, the 10 colors that, made an impact. I have to say, I love the coloring community. I guess I could talk about how I came into it. Both my mom and my ex-fiance, my daughter, have supported my coloring. My ex-husband has supported my art. Like, he gave me stuff like easy steps to color. This is about, you know, color wheels. So I guess a bit about my personal life will come out as I talk. Where was I? It's very interesting to me to see how my brain works, as I'm sure it's interesting to some of you. And maybe some of you can't or don't want to keep up with it, which I totally understand. So those have whipped cream on them. This needs a color and that needs a color. What the hell is that? Eriy is great for, oh yeah. I guess I shouldn't say HE double hoppy sticks. I know this is an adult coloring channel, but I I know that profanity offends some people, and I don't want to offend anyone. What is this? What is this pastry? I could do a search on it, but you know, I used to work in a bakery, but like, I don't know what the heck that is. This looks like apple slices. What color would an apple be? See, this is where my brain, this is where we do this. What color would an apple be on top of a cake that's already been baked? Pale yellow? That would work because I have pale yellow. Okay. Which, by the way, is my most used Brutfuner. This is awesome. I haven't been timed out yet, and we're at 15 minutes. I may actually be able to get to half an hour. If I could get to half an hour, that would make me truly happy. So this is my most used Brutfuner, and yeah, next time I'm gonna have to make a list, or maybe later I can edit if all the channels that I mentioned are tagged. Forgive my language, my brain works faster than my mouth, but I learned from Sarah Renee Clark that indeed Sioux Color and Color and Brutfuner are all the same pencil. Indeed, they're white labeled, which is good because when I run out of this pale yellow, I have my Color, which our color family ordered. I have the 240 set and the Sioux Color. So because these are budget pencils, you can't buy an individual. Then there's also, let me show you my resources. These are just things I can reach. This is, yeah, sorry about the shadow. It's because there's light coming from here, and I don't have time to orchestrate that, but this is my Colorful Country's Life most recent color conversion chart. So see, here's pale yellow. So Sioux Color has it, and so does Color, but look, Prismacolor Polychromos Luminance, I may not have it, but what? Luminance for a Brutfuner. Black Widow I have, Castle Art I have, Arteza I have the Square Brutfuner. I only have 36 of the ChromaFlow, and I have 0 whole bean. I think I may have 40 luminance. Otherwise, I have full sets, except for the ChromaFlow, the whole line, and the luminance. So anyways, pale yellow is the most used color. My neighbor's dog is howling, probably because he's alone, thankfully. Our cat is in my daughter's room looking out the window, so she's not bugging me right now. So let's see if this works. Yeah, that works for apples. And then I might want to put some shading. Let's see for shading. I have to say I'm tired. My dark yellow or ginger yellow, is there anything here? Maybe get another one. I'm tired. I use this app. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna tag all this stuff. I use this app called Rise Sleep. I may have mentioned that before. That tracks my sleep, and my sleep debt has been ticking up for the last 3 days. I'm trying to get down to 5 hours sleep debt. That's like what's considered great, and it's ticked back up to 6.3 hours. I think I've shared with you, some of you, like, I wind down pretty early. Like, I wind down at 6:15 and, you know, like, get ready or go to bed at like 7, you know? Because I naturally wake up, believe it or not, between, well, I won't allow myself to get up at 3:30, but, you know, by 5:30 I'm up. So, yeah, then this last one, I don't know what the heck this is. This is bugging me. I can come back to this. Okay, so okay. This is a cat toy I was charging, but she's not here right now, so I'm gonna put it in here. I have an extra black polychromos. When I was doing color pencil projects like drawing, I bought some individual stock, but I'm gonna put the pencils that I just pulled out for now. in this, so I don't confuse myself. As if it was that easy not to confuse myself. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is the lettering here. It's already got some. Can we see? Can we see? Can we see? Yeah, if I go over it, yeah, we should be able to see. Sorry if it's crooked. The letters actually are black, but I guess if I wanted to add some color on it, oh, where's coffee? See, I'm pulling out. Oh my god, coffee's over here. This is for the previous one. I need to drink some water. Wow, this is cool. We're at 20 minutes. Okay, one of my, come on brain, one of my favorite waters to drink is Spindrift. You can get it cheap off Amazon Prime. And I got a 3-pack, which is 24. I think I had a pineapple one this morning, and the last one I have to open is like ginger mule. Anyways, one thing I've learned over the past, I don't know, I think, well, branching out into other colored pencils is teaching me to go lightly, because as those of you who know Prismacolor, they can smush whatever. I'm being such a perfectionist. I'm looking at this and I'm seeing how I can redo it, and I'm never gonna do that. Get this done if I do that, like, perfectionism. The perfect is the enemy of the good. Okay. I'd have to have a train of thought to be able to lose it. Haha. Today's a work day. It's the last day of school. So the project that I'm planning to do today with the kids, at first it was going to be dyeing wooden beads with watercolor, but then I got some bubble wrap, so I thought maybe we'll do bubble wrap prints. Yeah, so I think that's good. Now we're gonna do the logo girl. So we're gonna do nude. Okay, some colors, and even, yeah, more than one color says, you know, to save your pencil, you gotta rotate it. But see this little space, and see this, like, this tip needs to be smaller. This is my second book collab with Jess. Yeah, I really need to tag people. Maybe I'll do that later. I need to look up when I bought my Eriy book and when I bought these pencils, and maybe put it in the description later. But yeah, Jess got me to get into Eriy, which, you know, it's one of those things where I had it for a while and, you know, didn't use it. So yeah. So yeah, I was talking about being tired. Luckily I can rest in my afternoon dip before work. You know, because I work in the afternoon. Okay, we're gonna do some apricot yellow for this. Can we see? Can we see? My finger's down here. I hope we can see. Apologies if we couldn't see. Yesterday I tried to use my iPhone and my laptop to like mirror each other on StreamYard. That was a piece of work. That was a piece of work. It wasn't worth it. But, you know, you gotta try what you gotta try. I think right now, like this month, I just want to focus on, like, getting stuff out. Maybe next month, focus on perfecting it. Haha, I'm not supposed to be perfecting it. Yeah, so let's see. I'll get to her hair in a little bit. So for the hanging sign, you know, the wood base, where's the hanging sign? It's going to be apricot yellow. Where's my apricot yellow? I have a lot of respect for those of you who live stream. Now this is crooked. Can we still see it? Where's my finger? Yes. Wow, we're at 25 minutes. This is actually working. So that shadow, you know, in order to counter the shadow, I'd have to have a stronger light from this side. Which means, let me see, changing the mode. No. That seems to help, but I'll have to angle the ring light different for this time of day. See this? Like all this anxiety about coloring. Am I getting a half hour of coloring done? Not necessarily, but then again, I'm also filming and worrying about this, that, and the other. Still using a relative, well, no, this is the first time I'm using the set of pencils. The first time I'm coloring in this book. Not my first Eriy book, but yeah, this is the first time I'm using these Brutfuner rounds. I really like them. I can see why my Colorful Country Life, she did this thing where she judged like lay down and layering, and she talks about like what kind of colors you are, and that kind of baffled me. Like, what does that mean? What kind of colors I am? See, you know, as I've told people, I was a barista for 5 years, and I have this. I'm sure it has something to do with how I grip the pencil. Also the fact this is flat. I have a tabletop easel and this rises up, but I don't know how that works with, and again, sorry for the shadow. I don't know how raising this up would work with filming, so I'm not going to deal with that right now, but yeah, I think, you know, in my Colorful Country Life talked about what kind of colors do you. I like doing layers. Yeah, so let's do the edges in coffee. Where's coffee? Here we go. So some may wonder, well, why do you color when you can paint? Well, because painting is messy. It's time consuming. Oh, I just don't want to deal with it right now. Why do you color when you can draw? Well, that's a good question. Drawing requires ingenuity, and right now I am using my creativity for my job, also for filming, so, you know, I'm kind of tapped off right now on originality. All right, that is half an hour, so I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna hit stop, and